I think I'm playing chess, I see a king, I'm at his neck. I'm 3 steps ahead of every move, now that's a check. Yes, they wanna know my secret, it's because I never slept. All my nightmares of me at 40, life's a wreck. See my dad.
What is up, everybody? Fernando Peter here with UVO Real Estate, right here in the UVO Podcast studio. I'm joined today with my guest, Alan Kantarovich, and Veronica Villacreses. Villacreses? Crasas.
Yeah, Villacreses.
I still can't say her last name.
Yeah. You have to say it with like the accent to get it to get it right. Otherwise, it'd be Villacreses.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Nah, I like it a little better. But dude, awesome to have you here.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that you're here right now. You have been crushing it.
Thanks.
Lately, which is awesome. But I did want to talk to you because I wanted to, highlight, number one, we are a real estate company, a real estate team, right? Yeah. And I want to highlight some of our agents who joined recently and who are doing really well, and they're seeing the difference between us and other companies.
Oh, yeah.
So I did want to talk to you a little about that. But first of all, where are you from? Villacreses is where?
I'm from Ecuador.
Ecuador? Mm-hmm. When did you come here to the U.S.?
I was like 4, I think.
Oh, you've been here your whole life?
Yeah.
Do you remember it at all?
No.
You don't?
Not at all.
Have you been back?
I have not.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea, Ecuador.
Yeah, I need to go back and visit.
Wait, where's Ecuador?
On
South
the
America?
equator, South America.
Oh, shit.
So I'm South American.
Super hot down there, I bet.
Yeah. Well, I hear.
Yeah, I bet. But okay, so you're here now in real estate.
Yes.
Why'd you get into real estate?
I don't know. Actually, it was just my friends suggested it, and I thought about it for like 2 days, and I was like, should I do it? I'm going to do it. And I just did it.
Really? That's how it started?
Yep.
You didn't have like this crazy epiphany, horror story? No, nothing. Anything like that?
Nope.
No?
I was at my friend's, well, they had told me about it, and I thought about it, and then we went to her birthday party, and it was like I don't know. We were like in this big room. It was super loud. I was like, should I do it? Like,
yes, do
it.
it.
Just do it. And it was like Saturday night. So Sunday night, I signed up and just did online school, and I finished it in a month.
That's good.
Yeah.
A lot of agents do that.
I feel like the ones that finish typically around that 1 month mark are the ones that who are truly committed. The ones that typically drag it on 3, 4, 5 months, they typically are not committed, and it definitely shows, and they end up just washing away.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in today's market.
Yeah.
It is tough, challenging. Everyone says the market's so hot, and then and I heard this.
Spicy.
Yeah, spicy.
Ooh, spicy.
Well, listen, here's a funny thing. I hear this a lot where people are like, oh, the market is so hot. And the ones who are not agents, they hear that and they think that that's like an amazing thing for agents. If they don't realize it's fucking challenging for agents when the market is extremely hot, at least for
most
the
agents,
sellers,
I feel like.
you
know? But keep in mind, Veronica's been an agent for how long now?
Since last year.
Okay. How long have you been full-time with us here?
Full-time with you guys since basically May.
Okay.
Beginning of May.
Yeah,
2 months now?
It's been about 2 months now.
Yeah.
It's been fun watching her come up.
Yeah. No, it's been really great watching you and the other mentees just do your thing. You guys are in the program that we started to help out agents who are, about a year around there. And I love watching the agents come here and they have this, I don't want to say like this messed up way of looking at being a new agent, but it's because where they came from, usually they didn't really teach them like they were supposed to, or they didn't give them support like they were supposed to. And you and I talked about that, whole agents bringing other agents on board and they're acting like they're going to mentor them, but they use them as an assistant.
Yeah. And
they don't really mentor them and guide them. And that's one of the reasons why we started that program, and we get these agents in here who are like, they're kind of jaded when it comes to, mentor, like, and then they see what it's like and they're actually producing and working, and it's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it. I love watching everybody come up, especially your story. You've been agent 2 months now. You're closing on your 3rd deal.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Well, you guys are so helpful and inspiring.
That's all. That's what we do. Like, we're here 100%, 24/7. We're committed. Too many agents out there, they just want numbers. They want to have 50 or 100 agents like a lot of other companies. It's all about recruiting more and more. We're all about quality. We don't care about quantity. All about quality people, because we believe in taking care of the agents, because then they will take care of the client.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think that too many companies build brokerages and they don't really think about the client.
Especially lately, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with a lot of companies like Homey and these other companies, and their company. Respect to the people who built the business.
Respect, dude.
But just seeing the different types of agents when it comes to companies that discount themselves.
I feel like those, like how you're saying, too many brokerages focus on bringing people in, but then they don't focus on making those agents like successful or like helping them or teaching them. They're just about like getting them in the door.
Yeah.
And we were actually just talking about it the other day as well, is, there's and to clarify, I'm not talking bad about any companies out there. There's a good company for everybody. Respect when it comes down to the model, et cetera. But I feel like especially lately, a lot of these companies, whether it's, EXP or Real and a bunch of others, they're more focused on recruiting agents to recruit agents. So pretty much it becomes like a MLM type. At that point, you might as well go sell juice, and you get 3 people on board, they get 3 people on board. The model, genius, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Genius. But when it comes down to it, are you just trying to bring agents on board, and then here you are promising them, hey, you get stock options after all that stuff too? That's cool. But I feel like too many people are tripping over dollars to pick up pennies. Yeah. And I feel like I keep hearing it week after week, month after month, people going, hey, I just joined a new brokerage. And if I bring people on board, I'm going to get a cool rip off of it, a percentage or 2 or 3, whatever it may be. I'm like, all right, cool.
But you don't get anything if they're not trained well and they don't sell anything.
Exactly.
And they're not taking care of their client.
Yeah.
We get those phone calls every day. We get those phone calls and texts from different brokerages trying to recruit us.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing their job, and I love it. And I'm like, hey, we should try to recruit them, But no, I just think about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I hear the pitch, I'm not seeing or hearing the value, right? And a lot of the times the pitch is exactly what you're talking about, where it's like, oh yeah, we do stock options and this and that, and if you bring people on under you, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever levels deep, you'll make money on them.
Yeah. Did I tell you guys I started with EXP?
I had no idea.
I had no idea either.
Yeah, that was my first brokerage.
How was it?
No, I didn't kill it there. I thought you were going to say, did you kill it? No.
How was it? Tell me about your experience. I mean, again, they're doing a good job. It's a big company. They're crushing it. But tell me about your experience that you had with a company like that.
So I don't have anything bad to say about it. I'm the type of person that I like to, for example, I like to binge on Netflix. I like that they have like all the seasons rather than wait and see each week a new episode, if it were on live TV. So that was like my main draw to them.
Yeah, you didn't want to be spoon-fed.
Yes, I didn't. I don't like that. I like to be, okay, if I'm up at 1 a.m. and I want to get some, work done, or I want to get some studying in, I want to be able to do it. That's why I like string them, that it was all online. I could do it before work, after work. So with EXP, everything was available to you, but the way I saw it was like, it's a library and there's everything that you need, but I needed a teacher. So yeah, it was available, but I was still lost. Like I didn't have any systems in place. I didn't have any order. And I feel like too much chaos for me is just like overwhelming. And so, yeah, that's why it didn't work out. And I don't have anything bad to say. Like, okay, I guess it would be better for a more experienced agent that is very like, I want to do it by myself. Yep.
And those places are great for that. And there's a lot of companies like that offer an amazing split where you keep most of your money, right?
Yeah.
But the support and the training, it is there, and it is in like you're talking about, like an online library, right? Where you can go in there and find anything you need. But if you're a new agent and you don't have somebody guiding you, you don't know what you need. Yeah, you don't know what you need. And so, but I'm happy that they exist, because they're helping people out. If I was a full-time agent that was working full-time and I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't want to be paying splits to a company that's offering all this training that I don't need.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So those are good. Those are good. And there's like you said, there's a brokerage for everybody.
Yep.
I feel like what we're focusing on more is really building a solid foundation. You know,
that's important
for agents who are new and agents who are experienced who might not really have a solid foundation. Yeah. And we provide a ton of value. We provide a ton of support. We provide a ton of investment.
Oh yeah.
Financial investment into the agent. And into the agent's pipeline, and into their marketing, and into their promotion and their personal brand, right? That not a lot of people are doing. Yep. That's one of the reasons why we did the Fox 13, segments that we're doing now. That's going to turn into a 30-minute show here pretty soon, which is awesome. But there's companies who offer this training, They offer the classes and the support, which is great. But
it's
right
limited.
now, it is limited. But right now it's different because with social media, you're competing with every other agent out there. I feel like there needs to be more training on personal branding.
Yeah.
You know, personal, not just prospecting, not just finding leads, right? But there needs to be more of investment and more strategy to help agents who are a little newer on their personal brand, to help them compete.
Yeah.
Because everyone's doing the same thing. On social media, everyone's doing the same thing. I'm tired of seeing these under contract, just sold social media flyers. We make them too. Hey, we're doing it, right? Yeah. But I'm just saying, I heard this awesome talk from this agent who started a team, and in under 2 years, they were doing $100 million in volume, right? And I heard this talk, and the guy was saying, people are sick and tired of seeing your under contract, just listed, just sold social media posts. Yeah. No one cares. Look at the engagement. And so I go, and I look at the engagement, and I'm like, he's right. Yep. Nobody wants to see that shit, right? People want to see something you're adding to them. Yeah.
They want to see your face.
Yeah, they want to see good content.
Yeah.
They want to see good content. And that's what we focus on. You know, we focus on. I can't wait for the 30-minute show that we're putting together. You know, we're negotiating the contract right now, which is awesome. So that's going to be cool.
It's exciting.
Like our own little TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
And the reality is, we talked about this last year as well. That's been the game plan from day one. You know, when it came down to building UVO, that was the plan. Is, hey, we're gonna have our own TV show. Fast forward a year later, we're getting our show. We're getting our own show. Yeah. Anything we want to do,
you guys
that we're gonna say we're gonna do it, we just move fast.
Yeah.
Why waste time?
Yeah. If you're gonna work with the company, make sure you work with people who are gonna do what they say they're gonna do. Mm-hmm. Right. No matter what that is, because too many people overpromise and underdeliver. We're seeing that with lenders. Mm-hmm. We're seeing that with title people. Right? We're seeing it with so many companies, and it gives everybody a bad name who's actually doing it. Yeah. You know?
Well, everybody can tell you, but can they show you?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of value in coming to this team, and I feel like I could speak to the different experiences that I had with the other brokerages, and then this was just different. Like then after the EXP, I went to a different brokerage that was more for like seasoned agents. Everybody was already doing their own thing. And so, I mean, I just had to find where I fit in. And I love coming to the office. And it's, it's like, I don't know, community, like family. It's fun.
Really is. Yeah. It really is. But tell me about you, because so you came from Ecuador. Mm-hmm. You're 4 years old. Yes. Right? What did you do why did you guys come here, first of all?
My aunts lived in California already. And so my mom was just going to move closer to them. And we lived in LA for a while, and then we moved here. She just wanted a fresh start, I guess. Yeah.
How are your parents, mom and dad?
Good. What do you mean? Yeah. My mom lives here, and then my dad, he stayed in Ecuador when we moved, so I didn't know him, and then he passed. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So single mom. Raised by a single mom. She's still single.
Yep.
That is good for her.
Yeah, she's a strong, independent woman.
Yeah, she sounds very strong. But where'd you go to school? Where'd you grow up around Utah?
Mostly Orem. Yeah, Utah County. Graduated from East Shore High School with my big old belly.
East Shore?
East Shore.
Were you pregnant in school?
I was.
Oh, you're a teen mom.
Yes, I am. I was going to Mountain View, which is like, one of the main high schools there, and then I switched over to East Shore. And then I got pregnant. So I kind of did it backwards. East Shore is one of those, like, I don't know what you guys have in Salt Lake County. Like if you need to catch up or whatever.
Oh, like right. What do you
adult education type of stuff?
Yeah, and I was fine. I was on track. I was doing good, but I moved to that school for other reasons. And then I had my baby a week after I graduated. So he was my graduation gift.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
He is going to be 15 next month.
Wow, 15 years old.
Yep.
Holy cow. So you were married before, correct?
No, we weren't married.
Oh, you were married? Oh, okay, no. I thought you were. No. But you are engaged.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no. That's awesome. I met your husband. Yeah. Really nice guy.
Super nice.
Really tall guy.
Yeah.
She's cool really short.
Yeah. I make him look taller.
Yeah. But you guys have mixed family, which is awesome.
We do.
Right? Yeah. He has 2 boys, and you have 2 boys.
Yep.
All pretty similar in age, right?
Yeah. Right now they're 12, 13, 14, and 15, but usually they're like 2 and 2 the same age.
Yeah.
So yeah, it worked out perfect.
Dude, that is perfect.
Blended family.
Right? 12, 13, 14, 15.
It's like we have 2 sets of twins.
I love it.
Yeah.
So he's full-time, working full-time. Before you were doing this, were you working full-time?
I was.
Okay, so
Yep.
you've always been grinding.
Yep, always.
Okay, never stay-at-home mom.
I cannot. No, I have too much energy for that.
Yeah. But when you were working, what was your career? What were you doing?
So I was an esthetician.
Okay, beauty
Not an
industry.
anesthetician, like anesthesia. I was an esthetician, so like skincare and things like that.
Where were you working at?
I worked at my friend's business in Orem. It's called Serene's Beauty Place. Shout out to you, Nina. She taught me everything I know. So she basically was like the mentor program, but for an esthetician. Yeah. So I was there the whole time.
There are a lot of people who leave the beauty industry and get into real estate, and I feel like they do pretty good because they're so used to talking, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
building relationships.
Yeah.
And being in the hair industry and the beauty industry, it's very intimate. You're like touching them, and you know what I mean. And so
Like this close to their face, doing eyelashes.
yeah. And so I feel like a lot of them do really well, just because they're used to being in those very intimate situations where it's very personal, right? And when you're dealing with somebody in real estate, and you're dealing with their finances, and then their credit. And the lender.
It's like you're already used to being a therapist and their best friend and everything.
Yep.
They trust you.
Yeah. So I feel like that's really good. So that's cool that you left the industry. I was in the industry for 15 years, the beauty industry.
Wow.
I loved it. It was great. I loved it because I was able to talk, and I love to talk.
What, you?
Yeah, right. And so, no, I loved it. I thought it was great, and I built a lot of strong relationships that they've turned into buyers that I've had, sellers that I've had, and it's people I still talk to. You know, it's afforded me an awesome experiences in life. You know, I was a Nike barber for a while. I traveled with the players from the Utah Jazz. You know, Gordon Hayward, I was cutting his hair for 2 years, and he would fly me back and forth to San Diego to his house. So it was cool. It was a good experience.
Good
but
experiences, yeah.
I got tired of feeling like a servant. In real estate, you're a servant to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But this servant in that industry doesn't make as much money.
I was going to say, at least you're compensated, even when you feel like that.
Compensation's a lot higher for
Yeah.
the service, right?
Yeah.
And so that's one of the reasons why I switched, you know, and I'm extremely happy I did. Thankfully to Alan, you know, and him making all this damn money, because it motivated the shit out of me to leave
That'll help, right?
the career I was in.
I feel like every time I come and got a haircut before, I
Yeah.
would tell him about my month. I'm having my quarter and everything. He's like, "You made how much?" I'm like, "Oh, just that much or that much."
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm like, I'm making the same money, but I got 20, 30 people I got to pay out,
Yeah.
you know, and so I don't get to keep any of the money. And Alan's like, dude, I don't have any employees. I have no overhead. And I'm like, wow, it's a lot more money you get to keep in real estate, you know? So it's a great for career, you know, for people. And another thing I want to say is for mothers, I feel like
That's me.
women, and I'm not saying men or not, but I'm just saying, I feel like women who have a why, right? Purpose, taking care of the family, taking care of the kids. I see a lot more dedication and motivation.
And I feel like a lot more success too, because I
Yeah.
feel like they're already used to just that motherly instinct where they are taking care of people. And when it comes down to real estate, you're taking care of your client.
Yep.
And I feel like that definitely, you know, passes to that as well. That's why I feel like they are able to be so successful, in my honest opinion.
Yeah. No, it's so true. Let's talk about that suit, bro.
What do you think?
I like
That's
it.
a nice suit, huh?
Yeah.
Not bad.
I
huh?
just realized
noticed it
that. What color is that? Like burgundy,
Like a burgundy,
purple or something?
purple,
Maroon?
Maroon.
I don't even.
I don't remember.
that a
I'm like, what is maroon?
Burgundy, purple-ish. Yeah. I haven't worn it in a while. I'm like, I felt like wearing purple today. Why that?
I like it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Looks
Is that a brawny paper towel in your front pocket?
Actually, no. Not this time.
We did a photo shoot, right? We're gonna do some more headshots, but we did a photo shoot with our photographer, and
I think this was what, like maybe a year? No, like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I have an enormous background in doing photo shoots, because backstage at Nike and stuff like that, being the stylist, watching them do stuff, preparing the people right behind the camera or in front of the camera, and I was like, oh, I want a pocket square, and I didn't have one, so I told the photographer, hey, let me get one of your napkins. No, I got toilet paper or something. I stuck it.
Oh, paper towel. Paper towel.
Yeah,
Oh my
paper towel.
gosh.
paper towel. We stuck it in there, and it worked. And it looked good. And
It looked
it's
good.
it's on my
Yeah.
business card. I got a little paper towel in my pocket.
Oh my god.
But no,
It works.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, you know, for us, we really want to focus, and we want other agents to really focus on their brand, their personal brand, not just their company. Too many agents, I feel like, where they put their company's brand before their own. you know, and
the team, well, typically the team name, I feel like.
Yeah.
It'll be like, hey, the John team or the Bob team. I'm like, oh,
I love how you guys push us to be like individuals.
yeah.
I definitely feel like you guys do a really good job at being like, that's you. You did that hard work.
Well, the reality is you are your own brand.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that is you are your own brand. We are here to 100% support you to make sure that happens. But at the end of the day, the people don't know me. They don't know Fernando.
Yeah.
They know you. They trust you.
Yeah.
It's that whole thing with title. And again, I'm happy you brought that up because, you know, we were talking to one of our good friends who owns a title company, and, you know, we were talking about business and what we could do to, you know, they could earn our business. And every title company offers pretty much the same thing. You know, they have coaching, they have assistance with, farming and things like that, which is awesome. And we love that. And we really love that.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I feel like the title companies do, and it's not intentional because they're trying to build their business as well, but the closing, and I brought this up, and when I brought it up, nobody really thought about it, you know, but I'm like, hey, the agent and the buyer or the seller, but the agent, and most of the time it's a buyer, you know, they struggle through this process of getting this home, you know, purchasing this home. And it's an emotional roller coaster. And it's really, really hard on the agent too, right? Sometimes agents pay money out of their pocket outside of the deal to get the job done, whether it's fixing something or promising something, right? And they don't get that credit at the end with like marketing, capturing that moment where the job is done.
It's the finish line.
Because they're at title.
Yeah.
And title gets the picture. And that always fucking bugged me.
Yep.
It bugged me.
I wondered.
It bugged me. And I'm like, and look, even when I was doing hair and I had higher, you know, celebrity clientele, what the hell you want to call it?
High-end clientele.
Yeah, it's so intimate. And you're like, I don't know if I want to post a photo or take a picture and put it on Instagram, when you should be doing that.
Yeah.
But a lot of agents have that same thing where they're like, I don't know if I want to take a picture with my client. Like, they just got their house. It's finally done. Like,
And then the only picture you get has
is
title.
the title all over it? And I'm like, hell no, we're not doing that no more. And so every title company we talk to is like, yeah, we'd love to use you. You know, if you guys do good, of course not. Or of course we would. We'll bring our people or we'll have our agents, you know, send clients your way. That's fine. But you have to come here to my office where UVO owns that celebratory photo at the end, at the finish line, right?
Yep.
Well, the agent is the one that deserves it.
Yeah.
They put in work, you know, they went through hell and back, you know, not sleeping. You know, we've seen that with Brandon.
Yeah.
You know, watching him go back and forth, scrambling,
Stress.
you know, holding back, just tears, like, man, it's like, I want to get this thing done. And then to get to that finish line and then to have that sign say, hey, this title company, hashtag this title company. Why? Typically, the people don't even know who the title company
They don't.
is.
They
They
just
never
met
even
him
talked
that
to them.
day.
They've emailed back a few times, which is great. That's what you should be doing. But they usually meet the person right there and go, hey, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. But you as the agent, you've been through them going through hell and back, month 2, 3, 4, etc. You deserve all that recognition.
Yeah.
Nobody but you. Not me, not you, not the title company, not the you.
Yeah, and that's how I've always looked at it, and I'm so happy that these companies that we work with now agree. They're like, hey, you're right. Like, and referring to one of our good friends who owns a title company, she's like, I've never heard that in my 14 years of business, and that makes so much sense.
I think everybody just kept doing, you know, just following what everybody's always done. Nobody ever thought to like, hey, let's switch it up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when you brought it up to me, it didn't even click. I never even thought about it. And then after you mentioned it, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been there, and like, you know, you're in the you're at title, and you know, they're like, hey, you guys want to do a photo, which is cool, and you do a photo, but then it's like, okay, do I want to ask my clients, hey, let's go to my office and do another one, or go to the house and do another one? And like, yeah, sure you can, but most agents are not going to do that, right? And so being with a company and a brokerage that and a team, right? A team like UVO where we fully support you and we understand the power of branding and the power of marketing and the power of social media, right? We want to make sure that we capture every moment. Yeah. And that is a really important one.
I just had a closing this week, and when we went to take the picture, I look up and it was like the three of you, and I was like, I felt like I was like, I don't know, a little kid at a pageant, and like all the
It
dads
looked like
are
it.
taking pictures of me.
I told you that photo, right? That photo spoke like it said like 1,000 words. Like it was such a good photo.
Yeah.
Like you were like a little kid in the store. Just so short.
Something shiny.
but no, it looked so cool.
Yeah.
It looked so cool, and you had your sign there, and it was
Well,
you and,
And the
you know,
TV
Veronica
in the
the
back.
realtor.
We're
and-
celebrating them, not title.
Well, it was just an authentic, genuine smile and just happiness. I feel like, not only from the agent but from the clients too. It's not like, hey, put a fake smile on. Jeez.
Yeah, like
It's
take our
like you can
picture.
actually feel it. You know?
Yeah.
I took that photo actually as well.
Yeah.
I took, you know.
And
Oh, you
I
did
was
take the photo.
so
Yeah,
happy
I took
for
the
them.
photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel fucked up the other one, huh?
At the boomerang. We forgive him. It's fine.
Daniel, that's two now. Two in a row.
Dude, let's
We
get a camera on
practice.
Dan. We gotta get a camera on Dan. Get a microphone over there. But no, I think that's important. I think that agents really need to look at that and ask those questions when they are interviewing companies to go
Yeah.
work for them, because
But
those are
wait.
things they don't ask.
I just wanted to like really highlight and like say, like, yeah, I was happy for my clients and it was a happy moment. But to see you guys there for me was like, you guys care. And you guys were like, so like you guys were supporting me. And I know that you guys have been the whole time,
Yeah.
but you were there, like,
Yep.
and so proud
the
of
room.
me.
In
Yeah.
the room.
Yeah. And so
In
it
the
just made
room.
me feel like I really feel supported
You're
here.
gonna make me cry right now.
I know, me
I
too.
know.
Stop.
No, but that's true, right? You can see the support,
Yeah.
right? Just like I tell Alan, we talk about, you know, these teams, you know, they make so much money in their agents, which is awesome. You know, we have an extremely generous split, you know, with UVO, and you can actually see where the money is going, because a lot of companies you can't.
No, it's just
you
like
know?
a pat on the head, like, yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
here, like, you guys actually care, and like, not just through the transaction or like the things that we have to do. It's like the emotional part, the support.
Yep.
Like Brandon, like we
Yeah.
all literally had a meeting to see
Yeah.
how we can help him.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yep. Multiple.
And the reality
I
is-
wish you could have got the clients in here. But anyways, they got taken care of, which
Yeah,
is
they got
good.
it taken care of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're coming back.
Yeah.
But no, that's one thing I love about our team is everybody's there to help each other out, no matter what. The ups, the downs, you know.
It's never like, I don't care. That's not my
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
That's not my deal. I'm not getting anything. No, like everybody's genuinely there.
No, super important. And you know, going back to the whole, because we just interviewed an agent, right?
Yes.
And I always ask agents when we talk to them, interview them, I say, hey, who have you talked to? I always want to make sure they checked all their options, right?
Yeah.
I'm not offended if we're their last option.
I actually love being the last one.
Hey,
Yeah.
because that means they stopped at you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not,
want them
I'm
to
not-
go shop around like
I want
5,
them
10.
to.
Yep.
Yeah, I want them to.
You
And
guys were my last interview. I don't want to say my last option because I had options. But
Yeah.
you guys were like the last interview, and then I was like, I don't need to interview anymore.
Perfect.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so you know, I always want I want to see what they look for, right? I want to see when they go to other places and brokerages and teams or wherever they're going. I really want to see what they're looking for, and number one, I want to make sure we're meeting all those expectations, and you know, we ask them questions to make sure that they're going to meet our expectations. But I like to see what they're looking for. That way, we can adjust. You know, because something that I really pride ourselves on is that we're constantly adjusting. You know,
Yeah.
to fit agents' needs. We listen to our agents. You know, like if an agent brings something up that they think we should address or should implement, we do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that's why we love the idea of being a team right now, not a huge brokerage.
Yeah.
Is that we can work so closely, right, with
We're
our
building
agents.
that foundation.
Like for you, you know, you just had a closing in there, and we were both in there. You had both the owners of the company and in the closing room with you. You know
I'm
what I
taking
mean?
the photo. Brandon's here popping the
Pop-
confetti.
pop-
Yeah.
that confetti. That hurts my damn hand. I got a bruise from that damn thing. I gotta like,
You need like a book to like.
yeah, I need to have
Yeah.
something or to hit it. But no,
Confetti's hard.
but that kind of stuff is so important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's extremely important, and I do want to tell the agents out there who are looking at starting a team or a company or going to a brokerage or whatever they're going to do is they really need to look at how is this company going to help my
they-
personal brand,
Yeah.
right? And how is this company going to help me stand out in this crowd of 10, 12, 13,000 agents that we have here in Utah? How are they going to help me stand out? Because
2 months ago, I wasn't on the news.
oh yeah, you're on the news now. Look at that.
Look at that, a month and a
Like-
half in.
Well, you're on Fox 13.
Yeah, the news, pretty much.
Well, it is what it is.
Fox 13 News.
Hey,
But
that's
still, in 2 months though.
yeah.
Yeah, like 2 months ago, I didn't think I was gonna be doing any of the things that I'm doing. So
Now 2 months later, you done
It's
3
a little-
deals already. You're already on TV, and we're just getting warmed
You're
up.
shooting the podcast right now.
Yeah, and I shoot the podcast.
it's the little things.
It really is, but it goes a long way. And again, because everyone looks at social media and they're like, perception is reality, and people think that. And, but it's cool because they can actually see it with you,
Yeah.
right? Like, you're not just this agent that's posting #1 agent in Utah. And you're not really #1 agent in Utah, because a lot of people do that. We see it all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Every team's a #1 team. You notice that?
And then you look up their numbers, and they're like shit.
We saw the numbers.
Saw the numbers,
We could call out a lot of people right now.
dude.
Let's do it.
It's
No, no.
It's so
We could call out a lot of people right now, because we got broker metrics. We know the numbers. We see the deals, and perception is reality now. I swear to God.
all these teams, like, they think they're hot shit and everything. We look the numbers up, and it's nothing. We're over here going, like, well, we're gonna beat that all day long.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're not trying to toot our own horn, but
course
again, we
not.
are.
Toot, toot.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though, is like, if you guys say something, I believe you, because you guys have shown that you will come through. Like, other people say things, and I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah.
But
Well, it comes down to, and here, actually, I had this conversation with somebody the other day, and they mentioned us and what we're doing here, that we're very similar to another team here in Utah. Okay? And they said, hey, it'd be a good fit for you guys to combine forces and work together, et cetera. And you're talking about, would it make sense for the company, not for us, but for the other company? Yeah, it would be. But for us, no, it wouldn't. And the reason why is because I feel like we're cut from a different cloth. My honest opinion. We're cut from a different cloth. You have teams out there, companies where daddy or whoever hands them a team or hands them a company. That's cool. You know? Cool, you got that leg up. But when you've come here from absolutely nothing, you know, like I came here from a refugee camp for 1.5 years, came here absolutely nothing and had to work my way up to build where we're at currently right now. You can't say we're both cut from the same cloth.
No.
You can't. You can't even compare the two.
Nope.
they don't have the experiences that make them stronger.
Yep. No, it's so damn true. It is so damn true. And I'm so happy to see the growth that we've had. And you know why? It's because we can bear that type of burden. A lot of people can't. They can't bear that type of stress in such a short period of time. They can't bear that sacrifice, right?
We're used to it our whole life.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's a walk in the park. Yeah. It's so funny, you know, and I hear people tell me that one of the agents in the team was like, oh man, you look stressed. I talked to him about it today, and I'm like, how do I look stressed? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, you know what it is? It's the lack of sleep. But stress, I feel like I always operate with the same face when I'm under stress, because I'm always under stress, you know. Yeah. And
this is just my face now.
Yeah, this is my face. All these grades they're already in. You know what I mean? But no. And again, I feel like that's why I really love. Well, we were able to see the numbers of people here in Utah,
Which are pathetic, by the way. I don't want to be rude, but
Shots fired.
but again, and we're not putting nobody on blast, but we just look at them, and I'm just like, we've been doing this 19 months. Like, really? That's it? And these are teams that have been around 10, 15, 20 years, and I'm just trying to figure out why they're so low. And
Gotta add a little spice.
Well, it's the whole complacency thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think people hit a certain level and they think that they made it and they're there and they're stuck and they stick to that routine. And Alan and I, we talk about this with people on our team. It's like, I don't see us stopping anytime soon.
dude, we're just getting started.
Yeah,
Just getting warmed
yeah.
up. Well, I look at other teams too. They focus on numbers. Going back to it, people focus too much on recruiting a shit ton of agents. We focus on quality. I'd rather have 5 heavy hitters than 50 people who are doing 1 or 2 deals a year.
Yeah.
I don't want them on the team.
Yep.
I want nothing to do with them.
Yeah, I feel like we and here's a downfall. This is my personal downfall. And Alan, you have the same one. Alan and I believe so much in people, right? It's hard for us to give up on them.
Yeah.
Right. And even if they're like, time over time have shown us that, oh man, they're not going to work out. They're not going to make it happen. A lot of the times, and this is just my own, I guess, philosophy, right? Where I'm like, this person is a reflection of me. And there's something I'm doing right now that's preventing them. I take responsibility. Yeah. If somebody is not producing, I take responsibility for their lack of production. Mm-hmm. And I feel like not a lot of people do that, leaders, team leaders, stuff like that. And I've been really learning that lately, that, if it's something that they're not producing, maybe it's me. I've been looking at how to help that and how to fix that. And I feel like the last 3 weeks we've been doing that with some people. And we're seeing some progress.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, it worked.
Yeah.
It really was me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The affirmation that we say in our Monday meetings.
Yeah.
What is it at the end? It says like, I will believe in them because they will believe in me, or
And in myself. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like you get what you give.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, and then you attract what you are. And so if you're surrounding yourself, if you're in a real estate team out there and you got a bunch of bums on your team, and maybe you're the bum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe that's what you're attracting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to keep this podcast so focused on real estate and us and teams and stuff like that, but I do want to highlight that because a lot of our people who watch this and listen are real estate agents. You know, and so this is a moment for me to take to, number one, potentially recruit. I love doing that.
It's helpful though. Then they know what.
And it's not even because we're like, oh, we want and we need people. No, but it's because we see so many people. We talk to so many people that we interview who are struggling, and the company they're with is just not. They see it, but not do anything about it. You know what I mean? And I feel like in this industry, when you're a team leader or a brokerage owner and you have agents who are coming in, there needs to be more time invested in learning about that agent and what they need, right?
How they learn, how they need what they need.
Yeah, not just signing them up and then just going your way.
Yep.
Do
Set
your
it and
thing.
forget it.
Yeah. There's too much of that goes around, and
Throw a book at them.
yeah, I fucking hate that, man, because time goes by and the team leader's getting taken care of, right?
Yeah.
But there's agents on their teams who are not. And you don't see it because not a lot of people are going to talk about their personal shit. But I mean, we're small enough where we can see it, you know, like, you know, you mentioned Brandon and that tough deal that he had. Like, I could feel he was having a hard time, you know, and I called him at like 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
I think it was on Saturday night. Was it Saturday? I don't know. Maybe it was Saturday. Yeah, I think it was Saturday because he had a closing scheduled Monday, got pushed back, right? So I called him and it was like 10:30 and we were talking and I'm like, hey, what happened with that closing? Why did it get pushed back? And he told me what he thought I wanted to hear, you know, the title and the you know, the bullshit's going on, right?
Yeah, all that stuff.
Anyways, and I'm like, okay, well, but how are you feeling? You know, because I could see he was stressed out. And he didn't really know how to answer that. He thought I wanted to hear like a real estate related, I just need to prospect more. I just need to, you know, but I'm like, no, how are you feeling? What you're doing, Yeah, and I'm like, I feel like people need to hear that more often, you know, because maybe they're not getting it from their leaders.
Yeah.
But we see that when we interview agents, they don't get that. You know, there's not this, and we talked about it before where it's like so many companies preach, well, we're family.
Maybe they're actually related.
Yeah, probably.
In Utah,
they're probably related.
Well, we've seen that a lot. I feel like over the years, we've seen a lot of teams that they do preach that whole family thing.
But here it's like, it's genuine. Like the whole Brandon thing, before I left yesterday, I thought, was it yesterday? I thought he was going to have a closing I don't remember. It was just over the weekend. I don't know. I lost track of time. But before I left, I was like, I went over and gave him a pat on the back and I was like, hey, take pictures. Oh, it's because his closing was going to be at the other place. Yeah, instead of here, just to make it work.
Yeah.
And I was like, take pictures. Call me when you're done. Like, let me know how it went, blah, blah, blah. Because we see each other every day. We have like a genuine connection and it is like family. Yeah. And not forced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has to be invested, you know what I mean, in each other's success, you know, with any healthy business, right? Any strong, healthy, thriving business.
We work
Everybody
so
has to be invested.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I love about what we're building here. You know, everybody's so invested, which is awesome. But I want to go back to you for a minute, okay? Because you are finishing up your first year in real estate, which is awesome. You're producing, which is awesome. You're providing good money for your family now, which is awesome. We talked a minute ago, and I was like, hey, this is the most money you ever made in your life, like in a month. You're like, yeah. I'm like, that's fucking cool.
Dude, that's awesome. That's one thing about real estate. It's like life-changing money.
Yeah.
It is. And if you can stay consistent, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm telling you, it's insane, right? And I'm not saying, oh, Veronica's going to be wealthy. Or I'm not trying to preach about money.
She will
you
be.
will be. I'm not trying to preach about, money and this and that. But money can do a lot for people, and it can help families. And, I had a mentor back in the day. He saw me really stretching myself thin in my business, and I was doing things that weren't money-making activities, but it was me focusing on other people's problems, right, in my company. And he was like, hey, you need to focus on making money right now. And I was like, okay, talk to me about that. And he's like, yeah, you can help people right now. You have the ability to help a lot of people right now. He's like, but if you have money, you can help way more people.
It's just like when you're on a plane and the mask comes down, you have to help yourself before you can help others.
Yeah.
And once you're set, you're good, you can start helping more people.
Yeah. And that hit me, like a light bulb went off in my head, you know, because I used to have that volunteer organization, and we did haircuts for Hope is what it's called. And we spent a lot of time at the shelters and at the Volunteer of America facility and at the park downtown, Pioneer Park. And we would cut hair and hang out with crackheads and hookers and homeless and heroin addicts and junkies. We didn't give a shit. We treat everybody the same, right? Everybody's equal. But I spent a lot of time doing that because I was so invested in my students' education, and I was always helping them learn and do more services that they couldn't really get at the school because it wasn't thriving like it should have been. And so I focused a lot on that. And that's when he mentioned, like, dude, you're focusing so much on this, but, you know, imagine if you had money that you could actually invest into a volunteer organization or money to invest into a nonprofit. Like, you could do a lot more.
Yeah.
And then I witnessed it with a company that came around, and they put on this massive event downtown. I mean, huge. They had like this, like, I don't know, black gala, some black dress gala or something. I don't know. Anyways, they raised a ton of money.
Event.
That's what it was.
That's
right?
what it
Black
is.
tie gala or something. Gala. And I was like, oh, that's what he meant. Like, yeah, I probably helped 100 people this day. They helped like 10,000 this day.
Yeah.
There was just a lot more money that was invested into this thing. And so money can go a long way, right? And again, when we talk about money in real estate, we say life-changing money, and it really is.
Yeah, not just your life.
Yeah. And I think about
overall,
that.
it's the byproduct. Too many people do get caught up in just the money portion, but it's the actual byproduct and what you can do with it for those around you. You know, for example, we wouldn't be able to start UVO if we didn't have, you know, some cash saved up to be able to make that jump.
Yeah.
But you know, but on top of that, the one thing I love too is, like, who are you becoming in that process too? I like to just look back over the years, like, man, like, you're focusing on your goals, etc. But who you actually become, that's worth more than any amount of money.
Yeah. No, it is true. No, it's so true. And that's what it goes back to, that whole, you are what you attract, or you attract what you are, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like,
Law of attraction.
yeah, no, and it really works too. But right now you're doing good. You're doing awesome.
Thanks.
How's family life right now? Because a lot of agents who get into real estate are entrepreneurs who get into business, and they're self-employed now, and everything's on them. They spend a lot of time on their business, and they seem to sacrifice a lot of time with family. So what are you doing right now to help you balance and keep that time, you know, still available for them? Well,
on Mother's Day, I had a showing, and my family came with me. Like, they
nice.
dropped me off at the door, and I
Nice.
went and did my showing. And, you know, they went out, like, all my boys and my husband went out and, you know, went to the park, looked around. And then when I was done, they just came back and got me. We went out to lunch. So, like, it doesn't have to be so separated. They know I've been doing, like, I've been an entrepreneur for a while, and I feel good that I'm setting a good example for them to not be complacent, to not just go work a 9 to 5 and hate their lives. Like, it might take a little bit more effort, but even last night I took 2 of my kids on a walk with my yappy dogs. And one of them was asking me, because he just got a job. He's 15. He's a little hustler. They've been wanting, just like your kids, been wanting to have their own little business and stuff. He was asking me about taxes. So how much % do you have to pay? Because I was explaining to him, he got his first check. And he's like, dang it. Like, I think they only took like $40. And he's like, that's so much money. And I was explaining to him how taxes work. And he's like, wait, so if you're self-employed, like, there's options and this and that. And I was like, yeah. So I love that they come to me. Like, they know who to go to for that. Yeah. And they ask questions and they want to know more. And I just love that they can see the work. They don't feel like, oh, she's not here or anything, because we can set our own schedules. Yeah. You know, we make time for our family. And then my husband's a huge, huge help. Like, wherever I can't be, he is. Yeah. If I'm like, I got a showing, I'm going to be late for dinner. I get there, dinner's done. Like, he's not just waiting around for me. So he picks up the slack. Yeah,
for sure. No, that's good. You have to have support, you know, with your family. And you know, me being a lifelong entrepreneur, that's how it's always been. It's like, and that's why I really love my wife, because she's so damn supportive when it comes to that, and she picks up so much slack. But with my kids, I love that they're getting older now and they can see where I've been, what I've been doing. You know, I feel like there's a lot of parents who are absent in their kids' life and they're not doing shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's no progress being made. They're not building an empire. They're not making a legacy for their children. But I love that I'm able to do that and they can see that.
Yep. I got home the other day and they're like, Mom, I'm so proud of you. You were on TV. And I was like, thank you. Because I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, what did you see? What did I do? But they're proud of me. And that's all I want to see, is I want to see them learning and being motivated by the things that I do. And I'm providing a good example. And they're genuinely proud. They're
Yeah.
like, cry.
No, it's real shit.
Well, talk about being a great example, you know, for your kids. That way they have somebody to look up to.
Yep.
You know, like, yeah, people watch TV and all that stuff too, which is fine. But you actually see your mom up there, you go, what the hell?
She's doing what she said she's doing.
Yeah.
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 This episode is brought to you guys by a Hydro Flask. No, I'm just kidding.
Sponsor us.
Hey, shoot them that. Let's see if we can get paid. Could you imagine that? Oh my God, it's so funny. No, but that's good. I'm happy that you're taking care of the balance, because that's a problem for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That was a problem for me for a long ass time. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because my wife and I had a conversation. This was 2 days ago. What's today? Friday? I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah, me
right?
either.
It's like Wednesday or something.
I think it's
Wednesday
Friday.
night. Wednesday night, right? So my wife and I, we take a lot of time at night when it's afforded to us, right? My mom is there babysitting when we're both working. And so when she gets off work, we'll like go to Liberty Park and we'll just walk and exercise. And it's late, like 10:30, 11 at night. But it's like good, intimate alone time, right?
Yeah.
And we'll sit and talk, and we had this conversation, and she's like, yeah, I sent this video to her. It was like this video on social media, and in the video, the lady was talking about the reason why a lot of relationships don't work is because you don't choose the right person. You settle, and you don't choose the right person. And in that video, she was saying something like, if you're with somebody who tells you they're going to be home at a certain time, and they never come home at that time, and they don't answer, and it's consistently like that for years and years. And I'm like, oh my God, that was me. Like,
You feel personally attacked.
Yeah, but I wasn't out fucking around. I was working and building a company, right? And grinding. And
she understands that.
Well, that's a funny thing. She's like, I don't know what you're trying to say here, because like, she's like, because that's you. That's who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but that's not who I am anymore. I built up enough momentum in my business where I can take a time off at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock every day, right?
Yeah.
And so, anyways, just going back to that whole thing, my point of it was to show her that's her now, because she's building her own business, and she does hair. She's in the hair industry, and it's so unpredictable when you're doing hair. You might have a client there for 3 hours. You only want them there for 1.5. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, that's you right now. I'm like, that's you, right? But what I told her was, and again, we're two couples who are building a couple who's building businesses, right?
Yep.
Is that I got a lot of shit for that back in the day, because she didn't understand that. She wasn't going through that.
Yeah.
She thought that I was just purposely not coming home, like neglecting the family and not wanting to come home, when really it's the same situation she's in now. And that's, she's really working and grinding and wants to come home, but she can't because there are pressing matters, right? And
Can't
that's
just
how,
up and leave.
yeah, but these couples where it's one person who's 9 to 5, one person who's an entrepreneur, it's so challenging. It really is. And I feel like there's so many fights that shouldn't be fights because of the lack of communication. I think communication is extremely important regardless. But in a relationship where you have one person who's got a set schedule and one person who's an entrepreneur who doesn't have a set schedule, and they work 24/7, 365, that can cause a lot of fucking tension.
Well, you have one party,
know?
I feel like, is, you know, they have that safety and security, and they already know what time I'm getting up, what time I'm getting off.
Yep.
I know how much I'm going to make.
But then you know how much you're going to make.
Exactly. And then you have the other person who's like, well, I don't know. I'm going to go in at this time and I'll get off when I get off. I'm going to make this much. I'm going to make, I don't even know how much.
Yeah.
Complete opposite. So I do get it. You know, that is definitely a challenge. But can it be done? Yeah, it can. But it's, you know, it's a lot easier when you're both, you know, entrepreneurs, you're both hands.
Yeah. It all comes down to communication.
Number one thing.
And what I meant by that's how much you're going to make, like, that's it.
Yeah, you understand
it.
that.
You already
No,
know.
you said it. This is exactly what I talk about all the time. It's like, it's extremely hard to be, and you can be fulfilled doing that. That's totally fine. But
That rocks your boat.
yeah, but I can only speak for myself, right?
Yeah.
For me, I can't do that. I need to be taking risks and making moves and pushing the boundaries and breaking through walls, right? And
Shenanigans. Sign me up for
yeah.
like,
No,
you
you
want to be on a
have to.
podcast? Let's do it.
Oh no, it's totally
You wanna
funny.
go
We
over here?
didn't have a
Let's go.
guest for today. No, but we did say Veronica. We just didn't tell you.
Oh,
That's why I said, hey, what's
you
the
knew I'd
schedule?
be down.
Yeah, I told him the other day, I'm like, I want to get Veronica on here.
Yeah, no, it's cool because you just started with us and we're getting to know you, right? But we can already see that you have the qualities that it takes in order to be a top producing agent. And even if you weren't doing real estate, I think with the right guidance, you'd be producing in any career that you chose, right? And again, it goes back to one of my strong beliefs because I was raised by my mom. My mom was a single mother, right? And I can see women who have kids who really give a fuck about their kids and work their ass off. It's not everybody, but they have this why, right?
Yeah.
And they have this willpower and they have this drive and this self-motivation, right? And they understand it more than a lot of people who don't have kids, that failure is not an option.
Yeah.
And so I see that and I'm like, should we focus more on recruiting women? I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Let's get moms.
should we do? I mean, what are we going to do?
It's true. Like you have that drive because you have to provide for your kids and you have to fill those shoes. And then sometimes we have to fill both, two sets of shoes.
Yeah.
And you have to work all that much harder. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. I'm happy you're here, that you're a great example, number one, for your kids, also for the other agents in the team. Agents out there who are not producing at a higher level, you know,
We know what it takes.
look at Veronica and find out what she's doing because you're doing really good. No, we're seeing exactly like the building blocks right now for somebody who's going to be massively successful in real estate. I'm watching it right now. So,
thank you.
History in the making.
yeah, but that's why we're, again, so supportive, right?
Yeah.
We
the
are not going to
support.
invest in people who are not
And the
invested in
acknowledgement.
themselves.
You celebrate our victories. Like that's huge. Like, yeah, I had a closing today and then everyone else is like, congrats, good job. Hey, Jeff was like, hey, make sure you set time aside today to go celebrate.
You have to.
And then whatever it was, the other time that I did good, you were like, remember this moment and just picture it in your mind, just sit in it for a moment. And like, it's important.
You have to condition your body to get used to that feeling. You have to condition your mind to get used to victories, small or big, whatever.
And if I
You
didn't have
have
all
to.
of you, who was going to tell me to do that? I
Nope.
would just probably be like, well, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank
Yeah,
you
we were
guys.
driving yesterday in the car, remember? And I'm like, you know, we were talking about this, and we're not going to get into our financials, but we were talking about how before, when we first started, we invested so much money. We were investing so much money, month after month after month, waiting for our new agent to return to produce, because it was a brand new agent. And when he finally did, Alan and I looked at that check and we're like, wow. And it wasn't a big check.
Yeah.
But we're like, it worked, right?
That was it right there.
Yeah, and it was, they were like, oh my God, that feeling was insane. It was incredible, right? We're like, oh my gosh, like we actually got paid for doing something that was totally foreign to us. It was the first agent we ever signed on, right? And trained. And yesterday we're like, okay, check. And we're just driving. And I'm like, we need to sit and enjoy this,
Yeah,
because
take it in.
last year we were dying for a check, you know, when
Yeah.
we first started this thing. And now they're coming in, and we got to remember to enjoy
It's important.
the victories, even the small ones, right?
Yeah.
You have to condition your body and your mind, and you got to condition your brain to get used to that feeling, so you recognize it, so you can attract it.
Yeah.
Right? It's very important. So I'm happy that you acknowledge that conversation that we had.
Yeah, I
because it's very
remember.
important. Yeah.
And every morning, Jeff always asks us, what were your victories for yesterday? Because, and he noticed this with me, like, I'd be like, I don't know. Like, he's like, you don't know because you don't even recognize your, like, they need to be more important. So now I know that he's going to ask me the next day. It's that accountability. I know he's going to ask me for my victories. So I'm like, hey, what did I do today? And I'm like, wow, I did this, and this. So the next day I can tell him those things. But yeah, he makes it important. Like, he makes a point that you need to celebrate those victories every day, little ones even.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's good. Well, thank you, Alan, for being here. I know you got somewhere to go right now. You have showings right now.
I do.
I know today's a busy day. I feel like for the whole team.
Yeah.
Multiple closings
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Crushing it. I'm super happy.
Thank you.
So you're going to go work right now, which is awesome. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for sharing a little bit about you, your background, what you're doing. You speak Spanish too,
I do.
which is awesome. so you don't have to go into your
I'm
contact
like,
info.
hablo español.
She was about to.
Did
The
you
whole
see
Fox
me? I was like
13
panic.
thing. The whole Fox 13 thing.
I
But
forgot my phone
tell
number.
the people how they can reach you. What's your Instagram handle? What's your Facebook?
So my Instagram is Veronica the Realtor, and it has a dot in between each letter.
Okay.
My phone number, 385-208-9663. And then, I mean, my Facebook is the same. You can go to my website, Veronica.YouTubersellhomes.com.
I know that one. You pay for that one.
Thank you.
but no, that's cool. But no, I think that you're a great agent. You can do really well. So again, the more branding exposure we can put on you, the more content that you're creating. Content right now is currency. We all know that. So that's really awesome. But thank you again for being in here. And yeah, go close these fucking deals.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Okay.
Until
awesome,
next
guys.
time.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.